to do is I'm actually basically syndicating myself to two different directions right now. But basically what we're going to be talking about today, and what's up Kirk on Periscope? Hey, no problem, man. I'm glad to have you on board. So just so you guys know on both ends, I'm actually going to be talking about local marketing today. This is a sub-niche, and this is what we would be considered a micro-niche marketing, and I'm going to be talking about how to make a passive income of an extra $10,000 to $20,000 per month, which is something to get extremely excited about, because even if you're in sales or you're not in sales, it doesn't really matter, because I'm going to talk to you about how to hire people in sales to make you successful, and how to build an agency, like a local agency, where you offer local products that are highly needed products by local businesses. For instance, my family owns a restaurant up in Lake Tahoe, and some of the things that we absolutely need is we need to have our marketing together, because everything starts with marketing. If you're a business person and you're not marketing yourself, it's basically like opening up your doors and no customers are gonna come in. So today I'm gonna be talking a lot about how to market yourself online. So I want to show my Periscope crew too. Look guys, I'm actually on here doing a webinar. So we're going to go ahead and get started now. My name's KarlSchuckert. I've been in sales for, most of my life, but I've taken it on a professional level about 15 years ago. At that point in my life, I basically was doing door-to-door knocking, selling security systems door-to-door. I figured that would be one of the best places to start, would be to do door-to-door, because that's getting yourself out of your comfort zone, and you're not growing unless you're taking yourself out of your comfort zone. So I had to do the hardest sales job in the world, which was actually going around and knocking on doors and getting people to buy. And I became one of the best salespeople in that company, and got recognized, became a city manager, ran sales teams, built sales teams, and then at a certain point, I'm not going to go into too much depth of it, but at a certain point, I decided that I needed to take it to the next step. And my next step at that point in my career was to jump into something like insurance or real estate based. But I decided to get into the insurance industry, built that up. I actually own an insurance agency where we have over 200 agents on a nationwide basis that we offer like funeral insurance and life insurance to. We do 7 figures a year in sales and new premium per year. So I've actually, since then, I've generated a website where I actually teach people how to sell insurance. It's a full turnkey sales system. We have tons of free training, and then also we have paid training as well, where we actually give them a turnkey sales system. From there, started my own development company, software development company. We just had our launch of a piece of software that took me over 2 years to launch, and that piece of software is called Now Driven. Now Driven is a full sales-centric CRM. If you don't know what CRM stands for, it stands for Customer Service Relationship Management Software. And I know that sounds a little bit techy, but it's not. I actually simplified something that was techy for salespeople. So my goal today, though, is really just to teach you guys how to build a local marketing firm where you can make extremely good money, and where you could use some of these other products that, that Chris he promotes. For instance, a lot of you might be on here for a video doodle making software, or you might be on here from a local app building software, or reputation marketing, or anything like that. And so what I want to talk to you guys about is how you can use these tools to sell them to other local businesses and then make a profit, and then also how to hire people to do this business for you. Now, when I was setting this up, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Let me figure out how I can do that. No one can see me yet. Unless you're on the Periscope, you actually could see me right now, but let me figure out how to share my screen. Let's see. Right here, I think, right? No. One second. Show. Oh, hold on one second. Got to get the... I have to have permission to actually take over my screen. So give me 1 second. Let me get permission, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Show my screen. All right, guys. Before I get started, tell me, can you guys see my screen right now? Just go into the chat box and let me know that you can see the screen. Yeah, that was one of the questions. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Yep. Thanks, Kimberly. Thanks, Joel. Thanks, Leland, for letting me know. I'm going to go and get started. And hey guys, I'm going to let these guys know on Periscope what I'm doing. Guys, on Periscope right now, I'm actually doing a live webinar with live people. I'll show it to you right here. And basically what we're talking about is micro niches, and one of the micro niches that we wanted to go over, Chris Record actually invited me to take over the webinar, and what we wanted to go over today is actually showing people how to make an additional $10,000 to $20,000 passive income every single month in and month out, by building a local agency that sells local products, highly needed products by local businesses. So we're going to go ahead and shoot right into that. If this is the thing, guys, I'm going to show you something that's high value, but I can't really give you access to the webinar. The only thing I can do is just kind of show you while we're going through here. So if you are on Periscope right now, make sure to heart it up. Hearts mean everything. Let me know that I'm actually providing you guys with high value. And then also share. Swipe over, flip up, and then hit the share button, and you can actually share this with other people. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump back into the webinar here and get started. So I'm following you on Periscope. Awesome, Kimberly. So I'm seeing you there. I'm seeing you. I don't know, is that rude to point fingers? I'm pointing at you guys. Anyway, so let's go ahead and look now. You guys said you could see my site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just kind of share this page. Can you guys see this page all right? Let me know, Kimberly, if you're on Periscope. Can you see my page right now? That'd be very helpful. So I went into a little bit about who I am, so you guys don't really need to know too much about who I am at this point. But let's go ahead and go into the next part. I can tell you a little bit about which companies I've started. Let's see, there we go. So I told you a little bit about who I am. These are some of the companies that I back. Now Driven is a piece of software I told you about that we just launched. It's a cell-centric CRM. It's also an app for iOS and Android. I have a software development team. One of the products we developed was called Security Deposit Saver app. It's basically an app that helps you build a database for inside like if you're renting an apartment or a home and you want to document any damages in the home when you move in and you move out. It does an inspection report for you. My company is called Global Ripple Marketing, and on Global Ripple Marketing, this is basically the arm of everything. This is our marketing company that oversees everything else below us. Another thing there, it says Final Expense Program. That's actually my online sales program where I teach insurance agents the art of sales and how to sell final expense insurance. It's fully turnkey system. My insurance company, my insurance brokerage is called 3FG Marketing. And 3FG Marketing is where we are the conduit between us, and we only work with large insurance agencies that have agents and tons of agents that they can service underneath them. Underneath that, I've got Carl's Bonus Factory. These are like the bonuses that I offer on anything that I do. And then the next thing there is called Local Ripple Marketing. I want you guys to pay attention to that because Local Ripple Marketing is my local marketing firm. It's my extension to what we're going to be talking about today, because that is a product that will generate an extra $10,000 to $20,000 per month. And that's actually my marketing arm just for that. And then the other thing I have is more of a passion project. It's called Top Success Secrets, and Top Success Secrets is basically it's like it's a podcast. Eventually, it's going to be a podcast. And what we're doing with that is we're going to be interviewing some of the top 7-figure and 8-figure earners in the marketing industry or any industry where they're successful, including some of the employees that they work with, because I feel like that their family is definitely a part of what makes them a success. And then also we're going to be doing we'll be doing some product testing and stuff like that. So that's something that's going to come out down the road, but it's more of a passion project. So let's talk about trends for 2015. So 2015, there's a lot of trends going on that we need to get in front of. Whoops. So the trending things right now are mobile presence. So a lot of companies need to have mobile. In fact, Google recently made it mandated that sites need to be mobile optimized for them to show up in the search engine. They actually just cut off sites that are not mobile optimized, almost annihilated them, and put a lot of people at this point are going to go out of business if they don't change. So that's one opportunity right there that you can offer. The other opportunity is local presence. So the local presence is basically being known. I've seen a lot of local businesses will actually call other local agencies will call local businesses And these local businesses, they will tell them, hey, we noticed your company is not listed in Google Places for local businesses. If your company is not listed in Google Places and you own a brick and mortar company, you're not going to be found, because people on their phone will start searching for local things. Like for us, for our restaurant, if someone searches our restaurant, we're going to pop up there. If they look up restaurants in Zephyr Cove, Toast Tahoe will actually pop up as one of the top 3 or top 4 restaurants in that area. Well, when we took over, that wasn't even there. The guy that owned it before us didn't even know about that. So we actually were able to put that, and that does generate business, and it's free. So a lot of companies don't even know that. That's a foot in the door. Now, that's what I want to talk about today, is what I consider foot in the door products. These are the highly needed products that you can come in with when you go into a local business and show people, like, hey, I would do this for free for you. I'll make sure that you have a local presence. Has anybody done that for you? You know, I notice you're not there. Have you ever thought about that? And I'll do it for no cost for you, just so I can come in and give you a presentation on how we can add more customers to your bottom line. So that's one thing, local presence. The other thing is social presence. As we all know, I'm on Periscope right now, and I'm doing a webinar right now. And big thing about social presence is doing like a Periscope. So if you were, for instance, I talked to a local, actually a very big brand for the vodka industry, and he happens to live up in Lake Tahoe. And I told him, hey, are you guys doing a Periscope? So I gave him the whole idea of like how he could brand his company on Periscope. He just did his first one and got a ton of new business from it and got a lot of recognition from it. And now he's going to do it at every single show he does. And now he's going to do it at every single, actually he's going to actually make a show where he's doing like mixology courses and stuff like that. So it's just an interesting thing that you can do with social presence. But most small business owners don't think like this, because they're so worried about the daily mundane task of just running their business. They're not really thinking about how are some of the other ways that I could branch off, and that's why they need to hire somebody like you or someone that has an agency that actually specializes in these things. The other thing is content marketing. So if you have a website, and that's great, but you could actually start doing content marketing, like reviewing local businesses. You could actually start a local marketing or a local review site in your area. For instance, my wife bought TahoeReview.com. So she wants to actually take that and start reviewing all the local businesses and then be able to sell ads on there. Now, just imagine in your area, if you were to start a local review page where all you do is you go and review places, and once you start doing this for a while, restaurants will feed you for free. You can get free hotel stays. You can get free tickets to local concerts and stuff, because they want to wine and dine you, because of the fact that they want you to start promoting them on your site, because they know that it's bringing in traffic to their business. Grant Cardone is live. Rather awesome, Kirk, for watching me. So the next thing here is paid search presence. A lot of these local marketers, they have no idea what to do with this. So on paid search, you could actually make money by selling pay-per-click ads, or even Facebook reach ads, where you can get people to actually watch like videos and stuff like that, and get them to have a call to action in those videos, like downloading an app that will give them a free coupon, and then get them on a loyalty program for that local business. The other thing is a custom journey, or customer journey. So it's the way I look at customer journey is like this. It's like a funnel, or it's like the value ladder, or it's like Chris Reckard's 5-course meal, right? So when you first get someone in your business, you have to, what does it cost you to get someone in your business? Well, like McDonald's spends something like $2.88 a customer, but they know that customer isn't going to just buy a burger. They're going to buy a burger, they're going to buy fries, they're going to buy a drink, they might supersize it, they might bring their family in. So there's a lot of different ways that they actually would have that customer journey. But that's not what it's about. Like for me as a local business owner, I think that it would be worth for me to actually get them a free dinner. Okay, I would literally pay for their dinner, so their first experience is exquisite, and then they tell all their friends, and then also they keep coming back over and over and over again, and that increases the customer value, the long-term value of my customer. But the thing is like local business owners, they started their business from passion, dream, or took it over from a family. They don't understand marketing. They don't understand these things, and that's why they need someone to go out there and educate them, and then sell them these products. These products are highly needed and highly valuable for these local businesses, especially once you start getting them results. And then once you start getting them results, they're going to give you social proof that you're actually helping them, and they might even refer you some more business. But we're going to go even a little bit further here. So what are the type of services that you can offer? And these type of services, like I was saying, some of them are foot in the door services, and some of them are backdoor services. And like I said, these are like part of your value ladder that you would offer. So these are services like advertising, apps, loyalty cards, online coupons, promotions, websites, SEO, reputation marketing, contests. Okay, people love contests, social marketing, doodle videos, offline mailers, and lead wheels. And I'll talk a little bit about what a lead wheel is. So let's say you did put together a local marketing website that had all of the different companies that you did, not a local marketing, but I mean a local review site where you were going to dinner here and you were going to basically rate their dinner, write a whole post about it, and people start to go this actually Google actually starts recognizing this as you do it. But what a lead wheel is where you go and you find a group of businesses within a 2 to 5 mile radius. Hey, how's it going there? So a 2 to 5 mile radius, and you find like an attorney, a CPA, an insurance guy, a real estate agent, a couple of the local restaurants, any of the local businesses that you can find within that area. And so basically what you would do at that point is you would say, hey, I'm going to build a site for you where people will share the site that are within this lead wheel, and they'll basically be like referral points back and forth. Well, someone has to build that for you. That is actually a product that you could sell easily to these local businesses, especially once you get them started and you show the proof and you show the results. Now, offline mailers, that's a big thing too. I'm actually a big person about offline marketing, just as I am with online marketing, especially for local businesses. Let's go ahead and hit to the next one here. Okay, so now what I want to talk to you about is your foot in the door products. What are the things that people respond best to, so you can get yourself in the door and teach people how to, or actually show people how these products will actually bring in more business to their establishments. So for me, these are the 3 key things. Reputation marketing, because reputation is everything online, especially for local businesses. The other one is mobile apps. A lot of local businesses don't understand the power of local apps, but what I know what local apps do. What they do is once you have a customer come in the door, if you can get them to download an app, it's like getting an email, but it's even better because now you have access to people on their phone. And people, it's like the numbers are astronomical about the rate of someone seeing a push notification versus an email. Emails get buried. Like, I don't know how much email you guys get, but I get a ton of email. And a lot of stuff I just lose and I forget about because it's not there and I don't see it. But if I get a push notification on my phone, I immediately see it. Now, there's 2 companies I know that are using push notifications pretty well. One of them's Bed Bath & Beyond, and the other one is Target. And I probably don't use it, but I see them every single time. Now, if my local business like my local watering hole wanted to just do a promotion for football Sundays or Monday Night Football, or they were going to have a UFC fight, or they're going to have a big event that I'm excited about and that I like, and they were going to do drink specials or something like that, that is very, very powerful. So local apps are powerful about getting repeat business with your current customer base, because even like our business, we do emails. We're one of the only restaurants that do emails, and a lot of people come in all the time and they're like, man, I've totally forgot that you guys had that on your menu and you guys are specializing in it this week. I'm so excited to come in and do it. So now with the app, we're going to be including an app with our restaurant real soon, and with the app, the cool thing is that now we're going to be able to have even better personality, and we'll be able to have better linking and communication with them, especially because now we have loyalty apps and stuff like that. People love loyalty apps, but they hate the cards that they have to carry around. So when it's an app in your phone, it's just so much easier to use. The other thing is doodle videos. Why doodle videos? Because doodle videos sell. They create emotions. They create, it makes a company look very professional when they're done right with voiceovers and stuff like that. Are we building? Yes. We are building apps for local businesses, Kirk. That's exactly what we're talking about. There's a few app builders out there. Zappable's one of them, which is a great company that will actually build apps for a lot of local niches like real estate agents, local gyms, local restaurants. There's a whole bunch. Actually, I can even log into my account and kind of show you guys what some of those look like. I might do that here a little bit later when I answer some questions. So those are the foot in the door businesses. Those are the foot in the door products that are highly needed that you will actually make a light bulb go on. The other thing is that if you wanted to build a website, like if you had a website builder that was easy to use, where you could quickly look at local businesses in your area, take a 5-mile radius, and start looking at each site that each company has, and you can find a lot of them that you just go, wow, you probably don't know how to get emails on here. And so if you have a good site builder, you could build a quick site or have a bunch of example sites that you can show them. And then from that example site, you can go in and say, hey, I built you this site, or look at these example sites. We could actually increase conversions on your site, because I noticed that you get 5,000 people hit your site every single month, but how many of those are you capturing? And then when you're capturing them, what about getting them on a sequence of emails that are going out sequentially week after week or month after month? That's the thing, is you're teaching marketing to these local marketers. All right, so that's one aspect, is to do it that way. So anything that's foot in the door. Earlier I said also too, by finding the companies that are not on Google Places, and then saying, hey, we'll actually put you into Google Places for free. Only thing I ask is that you allow me to come in and at least show and educate you. I don't like to say presentation. I like to come in and educate you about ways to help you get more new customers, and then keep your customers buying more from you when they come back to your establishment. So let's go ahead and go to the next one here. All right, so how do you start? So this is the next part. This is important. How do you start? Grab a pen too, guys. I don't think I told you, but grab a pen and a piece of paper if you need to, or take notes while you're going through this. The next thing is build a menu of services. I think that a lot of companies mess this part up. They forget about this and they think, oh, I'll just bid it out like as I think is needed. Sure, you can do specialized things. That's what's called custom projects, but also you want to make a menu of services that your company offers. So for instance, you want to make a menu of how much would a standard app with 5 different pages it could go to. Or you would make a menu of how long a doodle video, maybe a 15-second, a 30-second. That's typical for most ads that go out into ad networks, or even Google, YouTube. For instance, I think they have like 15-second ad segments, 30-second ad segments. There's a lot of things you need to follow on that, but we probably don't have the time to go into that. However, I'm sure with wherever you found us, and if you're doing doodle videos, they probably have tons and tons of training on how to do that. But you can actually go to services like Fiverr, and you can find professional voiceovers. I've actually done it myself. If you go to finalexpenseprogram.com, you'll see a professional doodle video that I paid someone from the start to the finish about $75. Now I could go, if someone were to sell that to me, they could sell that to me upwards into $3,000 just for a doodle video. I've seen a lot of doodle videos that are anywhere from $1,000 all the way up to $25,000, depending on the agency. I mean, there's companies that's all they specialize in is doodle videos. Yes, Fiverr. I think it's Fiverr. I'm not sure, but Fiverr.com. You can find tons and tons of people that will actually do voiceovers for you, write scripts for you if you can't come up with them. You can even find some videos that are already pre-made and that you can actually just have. You can actually put in the extra information in there. So yeah, Fiverr with 2 R's. So that's one place you can go. You can go to Upwork and stuff like that as well. Those are 2 that I use a lot. I also use Freelancer a lot, because Freelancer, it allows me to talk to people right away, but you'll pay a little bit more for their services. Yeah, no problem, man. So next thing is build out a lead capturing website. You need to have a website. I'm going to show you guys my site that I use for all my businesses here. Let's see. So globalripplemarketing.com, very simple site, very easy to, you guys should be able to see it. It's clean. It talks about some of the services that we offer or that we're currently working on, and it has a call to action on here where they can put in their information, or they can call me directly. with our 800 number. So it's good to have yourself some kind of professional site that's showing what you guys do. All right. Now, the next thing we'll continue here is find which service I want to specialize in first. So if you want to specialize in loving this information, are you guys related to the guy KarlSchuckert? You guys look like cousins. That's funny, Kirk said that. So anyways, I'm in KarlSchuckert's office right now, and I'm actually hosting his webinar for him. So just to answer that for you. But in here, we're looking at which services you want to specialize in first. So for me, if you want to specialize in doing doodle videos, you need to find which foot in the door service you want to specialize in, and then maybe you have you specialize in something else. Maybe there's another area that you're already good at. Maybe you're good at SEO. Maybe you're good at building websites. Maybe you're good at, or you have connections to build apps out or something like that, or you have access to an app builder. Okay, these are all things that you need to start monetizing right now if you haven't done it yet. So that's why I'm talking about you need to find out which services you want to specialize in, because that's like your hallmark product or your foot in the door product that'll help you capitalize on these products that you've already bought. So the next thing is hire a sales team. Okay, some people are scared of sales. I don't know why, because you know what? From when you wake up to when you go to sleep, you're selling everybody around you, or they're selling you constantly. You're either being sold or you're selling something. And that's just the way it is. I mean, as soon as you wake up, you're selling yourself on what should I eat for breakfast today. You're selling yourself on which shoes should I wear before I get out of bed. You're selling your wife on which time you should come home or what time you're going to meet up at the gym. You're constantly making transactions in your life, even if you're not aware of it. So even if you're not monetizing, you don't have to monetize something to be selling something. So just think about that. Now, so some people have an issue with that, and that's fine. You don't have to be good at sales. What you need to do is you need to find people that are good at sales. What if we are good at nothing and you're just starting? First step is what would you suggest? So I'm getting a question on Periscope from Kirk about that, about just starting. Kirk, just listen to what I'm saying, man. I'm telling you, hire a sales team. Get some people working for you that already know how to do this. If you're not very techie, go to the local college. Go find somebody that you go put an ad in Craigslist right now that says, I'm looking for a techie person to build apps for our company. Then put an ad in Craigslist saying, I'm looking for 4 key salespeople. I'm looking for a manager that will help us manage the three other people that you can oversee everything with. And I'm looking for 3 other salespeople that will go out and start pounding on doors. Okay? Pounding on doors about these services that you can offer. But the first thing you would do to get started is you could get if you already own these products, start building them for your business, build them for your friend's business, give a couple of them away, whatever you got to do to create some examples of what your product is. So if you're doing doodle videos, start making a bunch of doodle videos for different sub-niches. If you're doing apps, start making apps for different sub-niches. We're talking about micro niches here, right? So each business is a micro niche in that sense. Each brick and mortar is a micro business, and it's the same thing, guys. It's the exact same thing. So hire a sales team. What you want to do is you want to write something that comes off. Now, the best way that I find to do this is I actually will go to Craigslist. I'll go to some other town. I won't do this in my town. And I'll pull up sales. I'll look up sales careers, and then I'll look at what other people are posting, and then I look at the ones that resonate really well with me, or I look at the ones that are like wow, they probably hired a copywriter to write this stuff. And then I will just swipe it, and then I'll rewrite it for myself, so I create it in my own style. That's one key to do that for hiring good people. And then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and meet them at a local coffee shop. If you have an office, have them come to your office, meet them, get them to sell you on why they could sell your products, and make sure that they have belief and they can stand behind them. So that would be the way I would start this business, and I'm going to continue to go into this as well. So find out which tools you need. So we talked a little bit about what tools already. Obviously, you need a car. I would also say that when you're hiring people, that you need to make sure that they have a car, that they have a cell phone, and that they have a computer that they can do a presentation on. Find which products you can make 100% commission on. So these are the products, like the doodle videos, SEO, website development, apps. All of those are products that you can make 100% commission on, and then outsource everything else. Okay, guys, outsource everything that you can do. Why would you spend all the time? Sure, at first you can go ahead and learn it so you can teach it or duplicate it to somebody else, but make sure you can outsource. I always talk about, one of the biggest things that I'm big about is that you want to capitalize on your strengths. You want to find out what your strengths are and then expose those strengths and then outsource your weaknesses. And if you can make some of your weaknesses your strengths, go for it. But if you find that that's just not for you, that's what outsourcing's for, baby. You got to go out there and outsource everything that you do. So let's go ahead and continue to move on here. And I already showed you that, so I'm going to go ahead and skip forward here. I'm going to take a quick little thing. I just want to know, I want to poll everybody here that's on the webinar with us. I just want to know, what do you guys think? Are you guys getting this? Let me find the chat. Awesome. You guys on Periscope are telling me. I'm just trying to find my my chat box here. Where is it? Where's the chat box? Okay, guys, so let's see. All right, so hey, everybody online right now, I want to know, are you guys getting this? Are you following it along? What do you think of this content? I'm getting it. Got no email reminder. Sorry about that. You missed it. On Periscope. Awesome. That's good to hear. Just want to know, hey guys, let me know that are live with us on the webinar. Are you guys getting this? What do you think about this? I want to continue. I want to dive in a little bit deeper here, but I hope you guys are getting this, because this is honestly, this is the way that you can build an additional $10,000 to $20,000 passively if you do this. It's just, you got to put in the action, you got to put in the work, you got to put in the planning. But I'm just showing you the concept. It's a very simple concept to do. And probably, I don't know, if you were to just hammer down for like, say, 30 days and hammered it out, you could literally be sitting on making an additional $10,000 to $20,000 a month passively. So what I'm going to be talking about next is I'm going to be going into how to hire people, and then I'm going to talk about how to structure the hiring process for them. And I definitely think that, like I said, you're going to get a ton of value out of it. So let's go ahead and continue. All right, so talking about the foot in the door services. So I'm actually going to show you some actual pricing that will help you make more sense with this as well. So foot in the door services. Reputation marketing was one of them that I pulled out, because a lot of businesses, they lose a lot of money online because of the reputation goes sour, and it's because a lot of times they don't even know that their reputation is going sour at the time. Unfortunately, they're not paying attention to what's going on outside of the door of their business. They have their finger on the pulse of the business, but they don't outside. And that's what this is like, to help you control what's going on outside. So if you knew that someone was bad-mouthing you, or they just had a bad experience with your business, or whatever the case may be, and you found them online, you would actually be able to just go and say, you'd actually be able to go and find that person and say, hey man, I noticed you said something bad. I'm so sorry you had a bad experience. What I'd like to do is I'd like to make it up to you, and this is how I would do it. And you give them something for free. You basically, you buy them out of their bad reputation. So you could tell them like, hey, we had a bad day, or someone called in sick, so we were understaffed, or whatever the case may be, but I want to make it up to you. And by making up to you is that I want you to come in and just have a new experience. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy you dinner when you come in. Can I schedule you a time right now to have you come in, and then I will personally meet you and greet you when you come in? that is like one of the best ways to do it, because you're being personal, you're being yourself, and you're showing, hey, I'm trying to grow my business to help other people in the local area. So that's reputation marketing is huge for that. And also you can charge a premium, a monthly premium, a set premium for life that someone is actually as a reputation product or service. So here's how I would do it. Okay, reputation marketing, I would charge $97 a month. Some of the products out there, it's just a flat fee. You can't go higher or lower, and they do that on purpose so that way that no one can undercut the price for a customer. It's just straight up, it's $97 if you want me to do this for you. And these services, they're automatic. They automatically work once you put them into place. It's a computer program, it's a piece of software that automatically scours the web for their reputation, and it automatically sends them daily emails as it finds new data, so they can click onto their email, go into the software, and find any bad reputation that they might be seeing, and then nip it in the butt right away when it happens. I would charge a $500 setup fee for something like that. The next thing that I would talk, and remember, these are 100% commissions. Once you own the software, it's 100% commissions. The next thing I would talk about is mobile apps. So mobile apps is $500 to $1,000 is something you could charge. $500 to $5,000 per app that you could charge. Plus you could charge hosting fees. Like for me, like for Apple, for instance, they charge me $99 a year for me to host unlimited apps on there. And then Google is $25, and I think it's lifetime with Google, but they're different. But most companies and most people need to realize that they need to have an app on both services so they can have the whole market. Now on those services, you could charge a hosting fee because they're not hosting it, you're hosting it, and if they want to host it on their own, then you could charge a fee for you to have your developer or you to have your guy that you're outsourcing to actually put that software or put that SDK or whatever it's called onto their platform. So they would not only have to pay for that, but you would actually charge another setup fee for them to have their own hosting if that's what they wanted to do. Then you could also charge push notification service. So if you said, hey, look, we just do a flat fee. It's $49 a month, and and I'm just using this as an example, it's hypothetical, but if it's $49 a month, that's $49 a month your business is now generating every single month, and that you could actually use it. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for listening. On Periscope, someone said this is amazing information. So yeah, thank you. And I definitely hope it helps, and I hope that you take actions on doing this. More info on this, please. I'm going to continue. We're continuing about reputation marketing. We might hit that in a minute. So think about that. On mobile apps, you could charge for each little service. Now, every time that company wants to call you and say, hey, I want to make a change on my mobile app, okay, no problem. We'll make that change. Let's talk about what you want to do. Type it out. If you think it's going to take you, I don't know, 15 minutes of your time, but it takes someone else an hour, it's $100. You say it's $100 for that time. And then your salesperson will make a commission on that. Now let's talk about doodle videos. Doodle videos are anywhere from $250 all the way up to, I put $3,000, but they actually go up to $25,000. If you get really, really good and you narrow in on doodle videos, you can make a ton of money on it. All of this could be completely outsourced, and you could use software that builds it for you, and you hire someone that uses the software for you. So it's very, very easy to do, guys. Very easy to do. It just takes a little bit of time to make sure that you get yourself set up. So the next thing we'll talk about is how to hire your people. So Craigslist.org, that's the place to go. That's where everybody's at to buy used cars and find a job. That's where everybody's at. And it's a free service for everyone to use, except if you're in a larger city, metropolitan area. Craigslist will charge you, I think, like $25. It might be a little bit more depending on where you're at. Anyway, so depending on where you're at, you would pay to put your listing on there as a career. And like I said, I would say something in there that would be like, for instance, it would be like at the end it would say 1099, performance based, make up to high six figures, all that stuff. Hey, Kirk, thanks for the shout out. So I kind of give an example on here about where to go. Obviously, if you see here, you can pick nearest by cities. Here where it says sales and business development, that's where you would click in there. I actually even wrote, like I said, I wrote something, but what I did is I just went to another town and I looked for something that really stuck out for me, like an ad, and then I just rewrote it. That's all I did. I just rewrote someone else's ad that really stuck out for me, and I think would stick out for someone looking for a career, because I want to find people that want to stick with me. I'm looking for people that aren't going to be here today, gone tomorrow. I want someone that could actually visualize themselves working with me and making a career out of this business, maybe even becoming a manager. Maybe like I like to plant seeds like, hey, we're looking for management opportunities where you can actually train what we'll do is we'll bring you into our office, we'll train you, and then you'll train your team, and then you guys could move off to a new territory and then just dominate that territory in this local market. So that's what I would do. All right. I'm going to go ahead and continue past that. So we talked about Craigslist. And the next thing I have on here is, where do you outsource? That's another question that I get from a lot of people, is where would you go to outsource? Awesome. I'm just reading what some of the comments are also on this webinar. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying this, and it definitely inspires me to continue to teach you how to do it. So, and if you're on Periscope and you're not giving hearts, what the heck, man? Give me some hearts. You got to click on the side to give hearts and to share. You swipe over, swipe up, and hit share. Share to the world. So on here, the next thing we'll talk about is the places that I use to outsource these things. And as you know, I have a software development company. I've told you a little bit about it. Purple. I'm not seeing very many purples. So first place I go is Fiverr. Fiverr is really good to find voiceovers, to get quick logos made. Like if for a local company that might have a horrible logo, you could say, hey, do you want to rebrand your logo on everything we're doing? We charge $200 for a logo. I can go and have probably 4 people make 4 different logos for under $50, maybe $100, but I'm charging $250 for the service. Then I like to use Upwork. I used to use Elance a lot, but now it's part of Upwork. Everything went to Upwork. So Upwork is awesome. You can find people for graphics. You can find people that will actually upload the SDKs and stuff like that for your apps and your local apps. My developer told me he would do it for $50. So for every single app I make, I only have to pay him $50, and he'll upload it into my service that I have with Apple and with Google. So it's a simple thing, right? And then the other one I use is Freelancer, and I like Freelancer only because I can start talking to people quickly. Like I can get online, I can write out exactly what I'm looking for, and then literally I have hundreds of people sending me messages with their portfolios telling me what they do, why they specialize in it, and then I can cut through the tape and find out which people I want to hire and work with. And the cool thing about after I've been doing this for a few years, that I have built relationships with people here that now I work with them outside of Upwork and Freelancer for even less money. Hey, thanks for joining us back, and hopefully you give us some hearts. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. So here's how I would pay my reps, okay? This is how I would do it. You can do it however you want, but this is how I would do it. I would start everybody at 30% commissions. Why? Because